these gentlemen are with MatrixIT, a partner of ours up in Canada. They have a very strong vertical in the banking/credit union space. So I just wanted to introduce them, let them talk a little bit about them, themselves, and then ask them why they selected Seceon, what it is about Seceon, what it is about our platform that helps them, be successful in the marketplace. Fire away, Jamie.
Okay, so I'll go into some of it from a business standpoint, and then Pat can go more technical. So from a business standpoint, the biggest thing that we've been looking for is to reduce SIEM fatigue, I guess you would say. And that meaning just extreme amount of log ingestion where our technicians are just saturated with so much information that they don't know what to do with it, and requiring so much manpower. And looking at different solutions from, I don't know if I should be saying other company names, but just looking at so many different solutions and testing and doing POCs and NFRs and all these different things, we always came back to the same thing, which was SIEM fatigue. When we got to use Seceon, we saw that with the AI correlation, it removed a lot of that SIEM fatigue. And when we got an alert, we could look into it, we could do a deep analysis, and we could really tailor the solution to our clients. And if they were running proprietary applications, we were able to see that happening in real time. We're a purple team company, so we provide offensive security. So during the time that we're providing offensive security and running pen tests against our clients and offensive security metrics, then what happens is we see the board go red, we see where the attack vectors are happening, and it really shows us the lateral movement, if we're doing lateral movement, or just the overall categorization of how things are happening across the MITRE ATT&CK framework. And those are things that we really like to see. Now, the other systems show that as well, but they give us a lot of fatigue, right? Where with Seceon, it allows us to drill right into the thing that we need to see most. With the agent installed on the systems, it also helps when you have teleworkers. So after the pandemic, everybody knows that a lot more people are working from home nowadays. But that also helps because with the agent, it can upload the Windows events and logs. We can tailor those. We can drill down. The sky's the limit on the SQL queries and how we can pull source information from those systems and tie them all together for, once again, a full analysis and a full vector and threat hunting analysis. So we really like that as well. And then from just dashboarding, when we're showing our customers and we're able to give our customer access, we can remove some of the access from them so they're not going too crazy, and we can just give them read-only access to certain things. But the dashboard also gives them like a high-level understanding of what's happening before, but not necessarily getting them into deep analysis where they're going to ask us a whole bunch of questions and just keep us busy all the time. So we like that as well. So those are from the business side of things. Those are some of the things that we like. We currently we don't use the XDR component right now, but we do use it to see what's happening. So we can still see all of the stuff that's happening through the XDR, and we can see how it's pulling the logs and how it also ties it all together as a complete platform. And we're very happy with that as well.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, so here, CISO at MatrixIT, also overseeing the red team and threat hunting. My experience is that, I have a very positive experience with it. I'm also really well versed with other products such as Splunk, QRadar, Alien Vault, Rapid7 SIM. And in comparison, I find Seceon very easy to use. And it's very easy to hunt down in terms of different frameworks. So you'll have, you could follow the NIST category, you could follow HIPAA, or you could follow the MITRE ATT&CK. And it's very easy to see what's going on in any of those categories, especially with the MITRE board. You can drill down and you can see, well, in a network, you'll see different MITRE alerts go off because that's, different things are expected as data traverses the network. Okay, those alerts will show up, but that's expected. But there's different MITRE categories that we've been able to develop specific widgets on the dashboard for to say, okay, well, you know what, there's data exfiltration or there's privilege escalation. And when those go off, we have it chained to a series of events where it highlights a whole bunch of people that should know about it and trigger the right responses, send out an email. So we're really, really happy with the playbooks in that circumstance. Comparing to other SIMs, I just find that it's extremely powerful and that it layers a very nice visual on top of a heavy data log. Another thing that our clients have mentioned is that for compliance, they need to build KPIs. And so we've created KPI dashboards, which give us all the vectors, files that have been accessed, user account control review. And then from that dashboard, you can easily just click and produce a report instantly, a dashboard report, and that satisfies all of their compliance needs and their auditors at the same time.
Yeah, so thanks for inviting us and working with us also, because Seceon has worked with us on custom reporting. They work with us on multiple aspects that we need in Canada to drill down into certain alerts and this type of stuff. And they work with us day and night.
We actually had a firewall vendor that would send off alerts, but they were miscategorized by the vendor. So we went back to the vendor and we said, hey, we need to see the alerts for this. And the vendor said, okay, this is a big bug in our system. And for us to rework this, it's going to take a bit of time. We went to Seceon, worked with their developers, and within a very short time period, literally a couple of days, we had Seceon alerting us when those events happened. And we no longer needed to wait on the firewall or the update. And being able to customize and curtail our alerts like that from what's real and what's not, and filtering out the noise is actually a game changer for us.
Yeah. Thanks, Patrick and Jamie. One thing actually, what I am hearing from you guys, I know I have been looking to talk with Jamie because I heard that you had been talking with the many people at the CASEA. So there was a lot of buzz about you. So I wanted to meet you in person. But what I'm hearing from you guys, thanks for sharing this thing that, hey, from visibility point of view, you are able to show all the visibility, proactive detections, noise kind of reduction. So taking away that alert fatigue out there, taking actions quickly if there are some alerts in there, and also work around the other products deficiency using the Seceon platform flexibility, and then able to meet any of the compliance requirement, whether it is specific to a particular country or a customer. That's what you are able to do with the platform. Did I understood it right, Jamie and Patrick, or I'm missing something?
Yeah, that's for the most part. Yeah, in Canada, we have a lot of different, well, we have similar regulations, I guess you could say, but just different type of reporting from different type of auditors, and the dynamic approach is important for us. So yes.
Great. And we understand that you guys have taken the platform. And one of the things which Jamie pointed out, and I do wanted to share with everyone, because sometimes it might be lost into understanding from our point. What he mentioned is we developed a capability into our EDR agent where it can be event collector for the any of those endpoints as well. So what Jamie pointed out, that now the EDR agent, instead of just acting as a EDR, it also collect all the Windows events for those remote workers who are not in the office. It is collecting all those Windows events. So that way you can look into what is happening at those devices as well as meet any of the compliance requirement. And that is something he pointed out, because when you are in the environment, in the office, in the domain, it is easier to collect. But when the people are working from the home, they are not always inside the domain controllers and all that. So that's what he was pointing out. Jamie, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So with teleworkers, a lot of people with teleworkers are logging on with cache credentials also, as you might know. And in those type of situations where they're not logging onto the domain, or there's no VPN, or there's no always on VPN or zero trust that's connecting into the internal domain, then you still need to log what's happening on that system. Maybe it's connected to a network that has IoT devices and Chrome and Alexa and you know, IP addresses on smart TVs and all these type of things. You still need to see what's happening to that system. So by having the EDR and the collector on there, it's also in pulling in the logs that are happening to that individual system, even though it's not on the domain. So yes, correct. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, great.
So
Thank you.
Jamie and Patrick, I know you guys got to run, so thank you so much for being here. And I apologize for squeezing you in here in such a short time window.
No problem. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Yeah, that was great. Thanks for having us in. We'll try and join after our meeting, and we'll try and join back in.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Hey, a couple last comments there, Chandra, on this. So what you just talked about, you guys just talked about here at the end was another proof point that Seceon is always willing to help out our partners, right? We actually did some custom design work here to make this EDR do exactly what they needed for their environment. So, you know, our partners come first. And one last thing on these guys. So we actually were with them on a presentation to an audit board in Canada where they're looking to get approval to have Seceon be the platform for all credit unions in Canada. So we're still waiting to hear the results of that, but the meeting went pretty well. So that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Patrick.